So Fabio Wardley blows away Nick Webb in the first round. I think many people anticipated a stoppage in this fight. I don't think many people thought this fight was going to go to points, and boy, far from going to points. Just to break down the fight, it was a fast start by Webb, and he came out with the lead hand, the left hand extended. He had good control of Wardley's lead hand because Wardley tried to meet him with that same technique, and you could just see the experience, the edging experience was with Webb because he was able to more effectively control the space between them, and he was timing Wardley with some good right hands. And Wardley, after he felt those right hands and he realised that Webb was sharper than he anticipated, he backed up. He did not want to, I don't want to say he didn't engage, or he didn't want to engage, but I felt like he was a bit wary, so he started to maintain his mobility and he wasn't so comfortable just standing in front of Webb. And it looked, you know, there was some flashing moments in the fight in that first round. I say the first round, where you felt that maybe Wardley had bitten off more than he could chew because he was getting timed fairly easily. I know he doesn't have the greatest defense, but he is an athlete. He does seem to have very good instincts, and can be elusive at times, but Webb just seemed to have his number a little bit. And then out of nowhere, Fabio Wardley decides to bite down on his gum shield and push Webb back. He got Webb against the ropes, and he just threw caution to the wind and started tagging Webb with both hands. And that was it. That was the fight. Webb kind of crumpled to the ground onto the seat of his pants in the corner, and the referee waved it off. I heard some people maybe think the stoppage is a bit too early. I initially had that impression myself, but then Dylan White brought up some points in his very, what's the word? He was very upfront. You know, he doesn't hold it back. He doesn't pull any punches, Dylan White, even verbal punches. And he just said, well, I don't know why Webb was complaining. If he didn't want the fight to get stopped, he should have got up sooner. Maybe that's a little bit harsh, seeing as it didn't look like Webb could probably get up because the referee was in between himself and the corner. But maybe, I think maybe Webb should have been given a knee. Just maybe. But then again, I think the referee was probably taking into consideration that Webb, he does have punch resistance problems, and maybe his body language wasn't too promising, and also taking into consideration that the losses that Webb had a few years back to Dave Allen, Kamil Sokolovsky. So I think in that context, maybe you can forgive the stoppage. At the end of the day, it wasn't a terrible stoppage because Webb was getting tagged with clean punches by Wardley. But in the first round, you know, I don't know. I'm going to sit on the fence, but I think I do lean towards the fight being stopped legitimately. But that was the fight. Personally, I predicted that it would end in about the fourth. I thought the fourth round, Webb would get caught and probably start to unravel there. But nevertheless, the right man won in terms of my prediction, the right method. And it's interesting to see where Wardley goes next, because he's having good step-up fights. I think the way they're developing him is good. They're picking the right fights at the right times. But we are starting to see questions being asked of Wardley. And naturally, that's going to put off some people who are a bit more reactionary. They're going to say, oh, he shouldn't be, you know, oh, he's getting wobbled by Molina, he's getting tagged by Webb. Wardley he has virtually no amateur experience. He had, white collar fights, and then he became a pro. So I think Wardley's on a good trajectory because he's taking out decent guys, and he has very little experience. And at the end of the day, these fights they're gonna put him in good stead when he has big step ups, when he has 50-50 fights. He's gonna have an idea of, can he take a punch? Can he go late? Can he fight from being down on scorecards? These boxes have to be ticked in a fighter's development. And I think slowly and steadily, well, not that slowly, but Wardley is ticking those boxes. And I'm impressed. I like the Wardley show, and I'm going to tune in for his fights in the foreseeable future. And it's interesting to see who's going to be matched up next. With regards to his performance, he's still learning on the job. He's still learning, and he is an impressive athlete. I think his technique can definitely be improved, but you know, that comes with time. What I'm most impressed about with Wardley is his mentality. He's a very bright, very articulate guy, and he's fully aware of his shortcomings, I think. And that makes him very dangerous, because someone who's aware of their shortcomings, they're going to always go above and beyond and always be proactive in minimizing those weaknesses and those shortcomings. It's not that they don't just focus on their strengths, because you can have some formidable strengths, but if you have very glaring weaknesses that can be exploited, your opponent's going to seek to exploit them. But Wardley, I like the mentality he's got. He's in it for the long game. He's not trying to rush, but at the same time, he's willing to take a risk when he believes in himself. So yeah, I like this performance. I like Wardley as a fighter, and I'm interested to see what happens next. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.